apologize for the lag on elec's screen. I don't think we're able to fix it, but I turned down the bit rate, so it should help some. But we're still having some technical difficulties. Maybe it'll get resolved over the course of time in the podcast. So I really don't have much for shout outs this time around. And since we're starting so late again, I think I'll just skip them anyways. So I'll just do the announcement. So next week on Saturday the 12th at 7 p.m. Central Time, we're going to have Bad Ace, or some of you know him as Bass, on the podcast.
No way.
And so then I'm not sure who's lined up for the following week. It might be Benson. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, so yeah, just today's guest is Elec, and just a little bit of background of what I know about him. I don't go way too far back, but I was in the Ass Clan with him back in the days when we used to do graffiti battles against other clans right after Thug 2 was released. I was in the same clan as him. And then years later, here we are, same clan again with SMG.
Wait a second. You said I was in Ass Clan with you?
Yes. For a very little period of time. I think it was in Thug 2.
I was in Ass Clan? Was I really?
Yeah. Hey, very
nah.
nice. I'm pretty sure you were.
No, that couldn't have been me, man.
Yeah, maybe I got you mixed up with Dom, but okay, so maybe that part is wrong. Maybe I got it mixed up with Dom. I swear I did graffiti battles with you.
I didn't have PS2 until like 2005. So there's no way I could have played Tony Hawk 4 with anybody.
No, it was Thug 2. Yeah, it
was that really an
Thug
ass
2.
on Thug 2?
I think you were. But hey, I could be wrong. I'm just saying that going off my memory, I thought you were in Ass Clan with me, and I thought we did graffiti battles against various other clans right after Thug 2 was released. But anyways, so that is my poor introduction for Elec, apparently. So, yes, thank you for doing this. Welcome on.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
For some reason, I lost connection, so I don't know what happened. Hold on, I got to rejoin. Did your game freeze?
Nah, Ghost should host.
Yeah, let's figure out. It wasn't as bad, I guess, when Ghost was hosting. So yeah, let's get him to host, and then we'll start digging into this. If you can see your chat.
Nice.
Yeah.
Big fan of the podcast lately. Definitely very interesting each week.
It's been a little rough around the edges, but yeah, we're getting it worked out. Some technical difficulties here and there. I don't know what's up with the lag though. That's the most annoying thing to me, but
should be all right now.
For sure. All right. Well, before I start with the general questions,
did you see that?
You're still lagging. It's weird, man. So yeah, you have to figure out if you said you weren't home or whatever it is. I don't know, but yeah, it's still pretty laggy.
I'm not home.
It is what it is. It'll be more of a vocal podcast versus video. I'm still just gonna observe. Yeah, I mean we'll just throw it on Ghost, and I'll check back with your guy later.
And Neuro too.
Right. But anything you want to say before the general questions?
Yeah, are you ready to freaking own this game today?
I'll be observing this whole time, so count me out.
All right, well, I'll own it for you.
That works. All right, we'll just jump right into it with the general questions. And when did you start playing, and which game?
When did I start playing and which game?
Yep.
Me and my brothers had THPS for Nintendo 64. It was actually my younger brother's Nintendo 64, so he kind of hogged it and was really, really good. And like I was like not that good as him. And then when it came out, THPS 2, we had it for Dreamcast. And then that was when I got into like making creative parts. I thought that was awesome. Then I think Tony Hawk 3 we had for... No, I don't think we had Tony Hawk 3. We had Tony Hawk 4 for PS2. No, for Xbox. Yeah, so like I pretty much had all the games when they came out.
Yeah, which one was the first one online?
I played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. Well, actually, I played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2X, but I I played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 on Xbox Connect.
Oh, wow.
Which was like LAN connection type online for like Halo 1 and whatever Xbox games. Yeah. Had to get Xbox Connect and that GameSpy stuff.
So you had broadband then. The next question is usually if you started on dial-up or broadband, but I'm assuming you had broadband.
Back then, it was just like an Ethernet cable to me. I was just like, whatever. I don't know if it was broadband. Maybe it was like broadband, yeah.
Cool. Do you
I'm
have...
not sure I fully remember, actually.
It's a long time ago. So, do you have a favorite Tony Hawk game then, out of all these?
Yeah, for a long time, the first one was like definitely crazy to me. And then I remember Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I was like, yeah, first one was still really dope. Third one, I don't think we got the third one. And then the fourth one and Thug. Yeah, Thug definitely became my favorite after all that.
Thug, yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, Thug 2 came out, and I was like, Thug's still my favorite. Then American Wasteland came out, and Thug was still my favorite. Then Project 8 came out, and I was like, series really isn't getting better than Thug. That's how it just was for a while until Thug Pro came out.
Yeah, so you're never a big fan of Thug 2.
Thug 2 was the first game that I got online, though.
Mm.
That was a game where I kind of like learned everything at first. I played with an Xbox controller.
Wait, so were you playing it on the Xbox or were you playing it on PS2?
What happened? I was playing Thug 1 on Xbox with like Mongoose and Gonzo and Tiki, and I remember Motherfuck was playing, and like, you know, few people might remember them, but I was playing with them, and then Mongoose was like, yo, get on PC. Mongoose was the reason I got on PC, and he was the reason I got on PS2.
Oh, sweet.
Which was like later on. Yeah.
I don't think many people know that you started mainly on Xbox. If you were to ask most people, they would probably think you started on PS2.
Definitely started on Xbox. That's where I learned about Gonzo.
Wow.
Gonzo was the Xbox player.
Nice. I did not know that either.
And Tiki.
Yeah.
And there's a couple other people too. I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
What clan was Tiki
Mongoose was an Xbox player too.
What clan was Tiki in at that time? I'm just curious. Random question, if you remember.
He was in Sin.
He was in Sin. Okay. Dude,
Gonzo was in Jehu when I first saw him, and he was destroying. I remember it was him and Unit and Rickard. And Unit was like this dude with an alien cast. He used to destroy. I was so amazed by this one guy. And then Gonzo was like the one with the videos. And I was like, okay, I see what's really going on here. And then that's when Tiki kind of sent me the link to onlineskaters.net. And then I learned about like all of them. There was like Ollie and Ovation and Nobels and Slim. I remember meeting all of them eventually, like through Tiki.
Yeah, because a lot of those guys were Sin players. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and there was like the FUQ forums back then.
Yep.
A lot of people were on there. There was Online Skaters. There was the ASS website, Skating Legends, or there was like that dude Bum. And then there was like the TXO forums. There was TLT forums. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on back then when I first went from Xbox to PS2. I didn't even know what was really going on. I was like, oh, shit.
It's a lot of hitting you at once. Damn.
Yeah, it was. I honestly felt like a noob. I thought I was a noob back then.
Well, since we're talking a little bit about players and you were just starting, we could do this in two different questions. One would be, who was your favorite player when you first started? And then who is your favorite player now? And what made these guys your favorites?
Say that again? Who was my favorite?
So when you first started, yep. Who was your favorite player? Like, who was the guy that you looked up to and that maybe you asked to learn stuff from? Because generally, like, your favorite player was who you asked.
So check this out. So my older brother was the person who kind of told me he was like, "Yo, you can play Tony Hawk like with Xbox Connect, like online with people." And I was like, "Oh, word." And he was like, "Yo, watch this video of this dude Gonzo." And I remember it was Gonzo's Vancouver video, his Tampa video, and his School 2 video. And back then I was like, "Oh shit, like this guy Gonzo, he's like really crazy." That was like the first person, and then Tiki was also kind of like another person. I was like, "Wow, who's this person doing style all crazy?" Then when I moved from Xbox to PC, I kind of saw like Soom and Blaz, and then there was also like, damn, I don't know if anybody remembers this dude ES. His name was ES02, but he was also on Xbox, and then I saw him on PC. I thought he was crazy. Back then, there was like a lot of random people that inspired me. Honestly, Shitbox was another one. Shitbox inspired me back then. He was actually really good. Shitbox, Blaz, freaking Soom. Oh, and you had like Leg Sweeper and Sneeze. Those guys had like the craziest no manuals back then.
I haven't
A
heard
lot
of
of
like
videos.
90% of these people. Damn.
And I could go on and on. I remember back then it was like you had to watch the videos on all the websites. You had like Sneeve's crazy no manuals, Mike's Canada no manual. He had a college video, Gonzo's college video. There was like Andy THPS on Shipyard. Some of the craziest videos back then are still some of the craziest videos now. It's just how it is.
Right. So you don't have like any particular singular favorite back then. Do you have any singular or a couple favorites right now that are currently playing?
We're talking about videos or players?
Right now we're just doing players, just players in general. For current players, do you have like a favorite or a couple favorites?
I would say, well, I was going to say, I guess my favorite player back then was probably Gonzo and Magic Summer. And maybe right now,
yeah, hard to
people
say.
that inspire me a lot. Honestly, I'm being completely honest. It's like Ghost and Vega, and like also like Pizza. And there's too many people. Like some people are extremely good for whatever reason. Like Aaron and Rav are really freaking good. Iron was another one that like used to blow my mind. Guy 2K is insane. JC is insane. There's too many really, really good players right now. Like everybody's really, really good at a lot of stuff. Neuro's really crazy at a lot of stuff. KC is freaking insane. Everybody inspires me.
Yeah. So there's no singular one that just you think is basically above the rest. Like there's just too many.
A singular person, like the best player right now.
Yeah. Because it's so subjective, I'm sure too. But I mean, in your mind, is there one that you could just be like, it'd be a safe bet for you to say?
All right, you gotta make me. I gotta think about it for a second because seriously, everybody's so freaking good at this game at this point. That's like so hard to call, man.
Yeah, it is. It's almost impossible. Yeah, I don't think I could do it.
I mean, I remember like a year or like 2 years ago, Aaron was freaking like hitting like 20 things in one combo. Like he was really pushing the limit with like what you could do with this game at that point. And then what happened with his hand, like, you know, everybody wished him to get well soon. He's like obviously getting better now. But like before that accident, he was definitely like one of the craziest that we've all seen. Like I could say that confidently.
Cool. Favorite video and then video series?
Favorite video, goddamn.
You can name a couple too. It doesn't have to just be one. You know, if there's a few that hit your mind.
My favorite video is probably Draco's Carnival No Manual. That line is still one of the best lines ever made. That's just hardcore.
For sure, yeah. Series?
But I have a lot of favorite videos. Like that's my favorite no manual.
What's like your favorite transfer video? That's just like legit transfers.
Yeah, I've watched Fun Volume 3 like a lot of times.
Yeah.
Also, MistaFreeze and Brazzbox Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. I think you guys called it MistaFreeze and Brass Box or something like that.
It was a very
That's
simple
one of
name.
my favorite videos ever. And also like I don't know, one of my favorite transfer videos.
Yeah, if you could name like a transfer video, that'd be cool. But you know, Fun Volume 3 is basically all transfers, ain't it?
For a long time, I liked Orbital Shock's video and Vex's video, and Draco's Tony Hawk 4 videos. Although those three videos were crazy for a long time. And KSK had a lot of really good transfer videos. Damn, actually, like KSK's Tony Hawk 4 videos, absolutely insane for a long time. Those videos are timeless.
Yeah, they're still fun to watch for sure.
Yeah, he has one that's like so hard to find. Actually, I looked for it really hard the other day and still couldn't find it. It starts with like a Hope's Fall song and like it's like dun, 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 I don't know.
Yeah, it has some like Alcatraz shit, right? Pretty sure it's.
Yeah, he has like some long lost videos.
Yeah. Huh. How about
those videos?
A video series?
Too many videos, man. There's like too many transfer videos. It's hard to pick one.
Yeah.
Favorite Tony Hawk transfer video?
Well, I don't know.
Fucking hardest question.
It's hard. That's fine. You named a couple. What's your favorite video series? Let's do that one.
Sin Mixtape, TLTV, THOTV. Yeah.
Those three? Cool.
Also, I really like Hurrah Takes Time and all of like Seamus's like Off the Walls. Those Off the Walls videos were really crazy, like inspired a lot of people back then. Off the Walls 1 through 3. Shout out to Seamus, yo. Those videos were crazy back then. Nobody was doing dribble wall plants like him.
I like the Hoorah Takes Time. I thought those were fun too back in the day.
Yeah. Those were really crazy videos. The Hurrah Takes Time. And then God 2K had his Airborne Addiction videos. Those were really crazy, I remember. Casey and Diz's transfer video. Damn, I'm like shouting out all these transfer videos that I really like. There's too many.
Thought you'd say the Smooth Moves.
Oh shit! I was like trying to think of stuff from like back in the day. Yeah.
Right. What's like a video in the past, say, year that you've watched that you've watched multiple times? That's really good. Like really recent.
Past year?
Yeah.
That I watched multiple times.
I know this wasn't like a pre-planned question, so but since we're just talking videos and you've seen so many, I was just seeing maybe there's something that's recent that maybe people missed that you've seen that you're like, yeah, you guys got to see this.
Yeah. What's it called? I want to like refresh my memory, but there is no way to do that right now. But I really liked Red Bull's Fury of the Bull video that came out recently. That was like one of my favorite videos that came out recently. Aaron's Thug Pro TV 4 that came out this year. That was really crazy. Then I saw, oh damn, what was that shit that I was just thinking of? Everybody came out with mad good videos over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Adam's Science of Hops was like one of my favorite videos that came out on Thug Pro. That Science of Hops video.
I think I saw that. I think I saw that when it first came out.
My bad. I just had like
no, yeah. It was just recent, you know, like in the past year, what your favorite videos were, so that like in case people haven't seen them all, that they can go and watch them and be like, wowed, you know. But yeah, I think you named most of them.
Buck had a video where he had like some like corny like.
Oh yeah.
The music in that video was so weird, but he did like a brand new looking thing in every clip in that video. I watched that a few times. Vega had some crazy video that came out last year.
Yeah,
All those
solo
videos
project.
that Vega made, the fucking rib video and then the element of air and then MistaFreeze and gas, those videos were freaking crazy. I watched those a bunch of times.
Cool.
Rav and Speed had a really good video. Rav and Groovy had a really good video. And then the Ink video I thought was really good. I like all the stuff that Qlevy and Rabbit do. They all got good videos. EX has really good videos. I like that breakfast that Guy Chicken Behemoth did. Everybody's been doing really crazy stuff lately. I've watched I've watched Airborne Addiction for like a whole bunch of times. I watched Smooth Moves episodes 1 and 2 maybe like freaking like 100 times. I've watched what's it called? That Jehu video. I watched that so many times just for like just to be inspired by all the new type of stuff they do. Definitely hitting a lot of stuff no one's ever seen.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. A couple more general questions there. Favorite level and then favorite creative park.
Favorite levels: Alcatraz and Shipyard. My
Yep.
favorite creative park is probably something that I made that I can't think of right now. I usually really like all my creative parks. So, but if I was thinking of someone else's, Aaron and KC made a really good one. KC makes a really good one. I like the ones that Conic made and Aaron make and KC makes.
What about that one you made
Those
with
are always
Doo
really
Doo?
fun. Yeah.
That
The
was
funny
pretty
thing about
nice.
that one is that was when I didn't know how to really stack and merge and like make it like bigger. All my new caps are like triple the size of that one.
Yeah. Still a cool one though.
Yeah, but like, oh man, I want to like go to my creative parks like right now.
Yeah, load them up. Oh, I suppose you can't because Ghost is hosting. Does he have some of them? He's probably got a
Yeah,
couple.
host is ghosting.
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
Yeah, I got too many favorite creative parks. I like the ones that Grand makes too. I think Grand makes really good creative parks.
I didn't even know you made them.
Oh yeah, he makes really good ones.
Cool. Favorite trick?
My favorite trick.
Yeah, like I guess for style.
Every trick on Tony Hawk 4.
Mm-hmm. Come on, narrow it down.
What do they call it? Like slamma jamma, sunbathing, grapple grab, heel flip, hand flip, the freaking handspring layout. Might as well jump, Superman. FS 540 looks better on that game. All the grinds.
Yeah, they have a lot of good ones.
Those no, for real. Those are my
Yeah.
favorite tricks.
Yeah, it's
All
too bad
those
most of
tricks
them
are
aren't
my
on.
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, they brought in assume the position too, which is a trick where like the board just goes in your like ass.
Yeah, it's like in your ass crack and the board's sideways.
But that's from like they brought like why not bring back grapple grab? Where they're like you do a Spider-Man type thing.
Wait,
with your board.
they brought
cool.
so assume the position's in Thug Pro right now?
Hell yeah, bro! You want your board up your ass?
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing now. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's a pretty cool trick. It was good for whoring. Gave you a lot of points back in the day, as far as I remember.
Shout out to assume the position too. One of the worst tricks ever. Nice, Aaron. Definitely just bonked the crap out of that.
Do you have most underrated player or underrated players?
Underrated players.
And if you want to do it by
someone that's been underrated for like as long as I can remember, is freaking Torn. Torn was a dude that was gonna like introduce all these techniques and then just fucking vanished. What a shame. He had a whole video of techniques that he was going to introduce, and for whatever reason, he just decided to not release it.
Really? Have you
Yep.
seen it before? But it just wasn't released?
It was definitely a video that was going to be released, and then it was never released. But he was going to introduce a few techniques in it that kind of like people still don't use yet. A couple of them.
Do you know what they are?
Yes.
Like, can you say what they did?
Well, he was going to introduce like BHRA and like butt slap in this video. This was like before anybody knew what butt slap was. But
Right.
there's a thing where if you do a lip trick and you jump off of it real quick, like I obviously can't do it because whatever. If you like jump forward towards a quarter pipe, hit triangle at the right time, you can like shoot forward instead of going up or doing a grind stall or whatever.
Hmm.
Yep, but it was too long ago, and I really don't remember much else about it.
All right, so Torn.
Torn's not underrated. Silas, I think, was underrated. He was somebody that like played for a short amount of time, but he was a really unique player. Yeah.
Anyone that's more current that you would say is underrated?
Right? Okay. More current, underrated. Like there's a lot of people who are underrated right now. A lot of people have like potential. There's some people that I see playing like, oh, okay, so like I just never recognize that these people are really doing improv because there's just so many people, there's so many rooms. You don't know who's really like trying to do this shit all the time. But there's a lot of people that are like getting really good at the game right now. Some people that I never even knew were even trying.
Got it. So you just don't want to do names though. Maybe just be too many.
I mean, I don't know the difference between like underrated and just like doing improv.
I guess one way we could phrase it is
you know what I mean?
If someone didn't make a video, right? Let's say there's this player that hasn't made a video that is really good at improv and that should make one, but hasn't. Could you name one?
Yeah, freaking everyone. Everybody should be making these types of fucking videos. What the hell? I would watch them and fucking definitely be happy to see that shit.
I would watch them too. All right.
Underrated. Aaron said that Rav is underrated. I'm pretty sure everybody thinks that Rav is one of the best online right now, though. I don't think that means he's underrated, but maybe more people should say that. Yeah. But if Rav is underrated, then like fucking everyone's underrated. I don't know. You know who's underrated? Fucking like Flump. That dude Flump, he actually owns. Everybody needs to recognize Flump. And Suki's underrated. And Crazy Joven. Everybody watch out for Joven because he owns.
Joven coming at you.
There's some new players right now that are getting good that everybody needs to watch out for. Yeah, watch out for Darth Fart too. He's fucking crazy. Saw him do some nuts shit the other day. Darth Fart is underrated.
I don't know who the hell that is.
I'm talking about like these random people. I'm sure everybody knows like what I'm gonna say like Ghost is underrated. Like Rav is underrated. Not underrated. Everybody knows that you guys shit all over this fucking game.
Yeah. It's a weird question. Yeah.
I don't know, right? It's a hard to answer question.
It is, yeah.
Because we've all evolved like crazy on this game. We've all watched each other get really good. So how is anybody gonna like overrate somebody or underrate someone?
Fair. move on. So, other than doing improv and transfers when you're online, is there anything else you like to do? Like, do you like King of the Hill? Do you like doing goal attack, or do you just like hanging out? Like, what other than
Yeah,
doing those
shout
two?
out to everybody playing King of the Hill because now I'm like starting to play it more.
Okay.
And I used to definitely freaking hate King of the Hill. I
Yeah.
used to hate chasing around laggy people on my crappy laptop. But now that my laptop's pretty good, I don't have like lag issues and I can play King of the Hill. It's pretty much more fun than it used to be. Shout out to Casey and Orb. You guys need to turn off auto kick. Play for real with the rest of us. You too, Sandro. Turn off that auto kick shit.
I wouldn't know anything about that, but yeah. Yeah.
They can skate faster because they turn on like you gotta hold square to kick and push or whatever.
You're right. And that
I don't
happens.
know if they really got that, but
even
for some reason I can't catch those three in King of the Hill. So
even with walk off, that still gives you an advantage, right? Because you're just like if you bail, it can make you get faster right away.
Say that again.
So if you bail, can you get up? Like, does it make you go faster after you get up?
No, it means like you could literally skate faster just by holding square.
Really?
Like, you just roll faster.
How do you know if someone has it on or off?
I'd say I can tell by whether or not I can catch them in King of the Hill. I usually don't have a problem like beating certain people in King of the Hill. Like I can like pretty much almost win most of the time, unless I'm facing somebody that got auto kick. I'm not accusing anybody of having auto kick. If you don't have it, then cool. But motherfuckers, I see you moving really fast over there, so don't fucking play with me.
All right.
And then I like graffiti too. I also like just fucking doing observe for observe now. It's like my favorite thing.
Yeah, you know, when I asked that question, I'm surprised that nobody's responded with OB for OB, you know.
Yeah. Observe for observe is something that Diz and Sicko started back in like 2010, before I was even playing again. They were like doing observe for observe on PS2, so you literally had to like back out of a room, like quit the room, and then you would do like 5 2-minute trick attacks, watch somebody for 5 games, and then quit the room, and then the other person would observe you for 5 games. Like that's what observe for observe used to be. Improv tournaments were like that too. You would do like 3 levels or like 5 levels.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Shit would go on for a while.
Yeah, because the observer was like, they would be judging like fucking elimination. I remember it was like 2 people elimination or 1 person elimination. And you switch levels. Yeah, that's always fun doing those. What else? Yeah, it's not always about improv. It's also like more shit than that. Sometimes I just like to like imitate other people's styles. Like I won't even be really trying to do anything but just like, oh, let me see if I could play like more like brass box, or let me see if I could play more like ghost or dragon or silent, and I'll just try to be more risky. And then I'll be like, oh, let me try to play more like Buck or Brass Box or MistaFreeze, and then I'll try to do Tony Hawk 4 type shit. And then I'll switch it up like that, just trying to imitate other people's styles.
Have you ever just created a hybrid of all that stuff into your own? Or do you have your own style that you're like, I could combine these elements of everyone else, but I want to do this specifically?
It's gotten to the point where I'll just remember, like in mid combo, like, oh, remember when Code would just fall off ledges? And then I'll just boom, start falling off ledges. I'll be like, oh, remember when Vex would like encoded drop down like building to building like a freaking crazy person? And I'll be like, oh, let me just do a big encoded drop down. And then I'll just think, remember when Bad Ace would like bonk like crazy shit? And then so like randomly like all these silly little elements just come to me as I play. I'm just always remembering all these different players. Got it.
But when you started and you were watching people, was there anything kind of more specific that you did that nobody else did at that time?
When I started?
Like, is there, because you know, most people when they start, they have this one thing that they really like to do, and they do it quite a bit in their improv. Like for me, it was just bonks. That was like half the shit I do is bonks.
I remember that. You had the craziest bonks. You were doing the Tony Hawk 4 boost plants too.
Right.
And you guys were doing the double reverts and
Yeah,
all the
double
bonks.
reverts.
Yeah, that was definitely your thing.
Yeah.
Back then, I guess I was just like, I remember I was one of the first people to really like butt slap everywhere. I remember when KSK made his Manhattan video. Shout out KSK, that was one of the craziest videos ever. That Manhattan video made me want to like bonk and pole wall plant and everything.
Mm.
So I remember when I first started making those type of improv videos, I would focus on like butt slap to pole wall plant, big bonk to like pole wall plant or whatever. And then like we made TLTV3, so we also were like, oh, why don't we just sketch to butt slap? And that was like the first time that anybody really sketched to butt slap stuff.
On TLTV3. Right.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That was the first time that happened.
I mean, I don't think, and if it happened before, it was definitely low key because it really didn't stick out until that came out.
Every time there was a new technique, I had to try to learn it. I remember what's his face, Sama. When Sama was really active, he was discovering everything. He was doing like wall ride bounce boost plans. He was doing like wall jump shuffle, wall plant shuffle, crazy looking boost plants, and he was like turning around after quarter pipe. I don't even know, like power slide after dropping in from an acid drop and then shooting out the other way. He was like the first person to do that.
Yeah, he had some pretty good transfers.
Sam was definitely somebody that did a lot of stuff that no one else did. And back then, I thought I was like a noob, and I was like trying to catch up. Code and Bad Ace were discovering, like Code, Bad Ace, and Torn and KSK were like pushing the game, and then Sama was pushing the game, like discovering crazy transfers and techniques. And I was just like, what the fuck, man? I don't even know what these people are doing. Trying to figure out how to boost plant, how to bust slap, how to BHRA. But it wasn't called BHRA back then. It was just like revert.
I didn't think it was discovered that soon. So it was literally right when butt slap was discovered.
What not BHRA? It was like when you drop down off a quarter pipe and then you kind of revert with the ollie. BHRA is when you do it like away from the grind.
Right. That was way later, right?
Kind of like do a fake one. Yeah, people knew how to do that fake one back in like 2006, 2007. It was mostly like Code and Bad Ace. They were doing air manuals back then too. I didn't know how to do half the shit they were doing.
I don't know how to do any of that shit still, so it works out.
Yo, shout out to Bad Ace. He's gonna get on his fucking podcast and be like, yeah, like I don't even know what the fuck I was doing.
I'm hoping he remembers stuff. Yeah.
Mike too, he was the one that like brought wall pushes. Nobody was doing wall pushes before Mike's video. Off the Walls 1, 2, and 3. That shit was crazy.
Well, since we're talking techniques, you've laid out quite a few of them, so this might be a question that doesn't need to be answered. But if you can, or I don't know how much prepping you did before the podcast, but since you've been playing for such a long time,
prep at all.
Well, since you've been playing for such a long time, do you remember like the first techniques that were discovered and who discovered them?
Hell yeah, that dude Encoded Sin. He discovered encoded drop downs and 45-degree drop downs. And then I remember Blaz had a Tony Hawk 4 transfer video from like 2003. And he did a Tony Hawk 4 boost plan in it for a long time. People were like, oh, what the fuck is that? And then I think it was either you, Brazbox, or Freddie that came out with the video, like introducing Tony Hawk 4 boost plant. And it was just like, oh, okay. But for a long time, it was like Blaz's video. He had like a random shipyard clip where he like flew out of a building with like a Tony Hawk 4 boost plant. Like nobody knew how to do it for like a couple of years. Then Gonzo did butt slap. He had a butt slap in his school 1 video. It was like the first clip in that video. For a long time, people were just like, how the hell did he do such a big ollie? Like, what is that crazy shit? Yeah, I remember that. What else? Silent discovered a lot of things. He was doing like go to restart and like turnaround drifts and Silent's crazy, bro. He was doing the craziest shit back then.
He was crazy. Yeah, he was really good.
You remember that? Nobody could fucking play like that guy at first. He was the most random. Like, why would you even try to do that type of player?
Yeah, he was definitely really good.
Yeah. Yo, his style is so hard to match. He's so random. He's so unpredictable.
Gotta watch more of his
Yeah,
stuff.
I almost forgot the question again. You said, what was the techniques that
Yeah, so
didn't come out?
techniques and then like who did them roughly when they came out or what game they were discovered on. And you can just keep it going.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to,
What's it called?
More.
Boost Plant? Thug One Boost Plant was discovered by James THO. I remember he like dropped the video on THO channel one day, just like, hey everybody, look at this thing I found. And it was like him in Tampa just like flying and hitting the ceiling. And everybody was just like, okay. Like whatever, dude. It was like the first time anybody saw somebody fly and hit the ceiling, really. I don't know if you remember, but there was like no way to hit the ceiling back then.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty much just like moon gravity or wall shuffle.
Yeah, our set
when that came out, you remember that?
Yeah.
2004 Boost Planet. I don't remember who really like discovered how to do that though.
Yeah, I don't know. I found it for Tony Hawk for Eva, the very first one, to get onto the London roof. But before then, I didn't even know that there was someone that did it. It said that Blaz did it once by accident in a video.
Yeah, Blaz did it in some like Tony Hawk 4 transfer video that had like, I think it was Avenged Sevenfold as the music.
Yeah, so I had no idea about that, but I know after I did it in London, I did that boost.
And then shout out Crux, goth as fuck. That dude, the super goth, discovered. He did not discover Bust Out, but he was the first person to put it in a video.
Okay, I never heard of this person.
Yeah. Crux.
All right.
And then, Encoded Dropdowns was definitely put in that video by Encoded, his transfer video from like way back then. And then there was like a lot of, I remember when Sin Mixtape, the first one came out, all the stuff in that was like pretty like new. Nobody knew what was going on in that video either. Whole bunch of Encoded Dropdowns.
Do you think?
And then Neuro's videos with all the crazy ass Neuro plants. Sorry.
No, keep going.
Yeah, all those crazy Neuro plants that Neuro did in his videos. That shit was crazy. And then Doc videos came out, and like, there's some shit in those videos that I still can't explain. Shout out Doc. They got some of the craziest fucking videos.
And then, is there anything else? I can't.
Yeah, there's like a lot of techniques that came out over time. Thug discovered BHRA. Actually, I remember this is what happened. What's his face? Korn or Stunny? He must have been messing around with like the save states or slowing the game down. Whatever he was doing, he was able to discover BHRA like from acid drop. When you just acid drop and like do it right and get the BHRA. He had a video where he was like, what's this that I found out? And then later on, Thug came out with his video where he actually figured out how to do it. But I remember Korn kind of did that shit. And was kind of just like, look, I don't know how I did this though.
What about Hops? Who did that?
Everybody was like accidentally bailing Hops like forever. It was always just like a joke thing. Like, oh, look, you like flew away from the quarter pipe. Haha.
Right.
I remember for a long time, like everybody just thought it was just like a funny looking thing. Until Thug like landed one at the end of the fun video. He definitely landed one in that fun video. and that was when I was like studying that to figure out how to land it. That was in like 2013 or 2012, and then at that point I hadn't played for like a while, and I showed Fate. I was like, "Yo, Fate, like look at this thing," and he was like, "We have to figure out how to do that." That was in like 2013. So we like studied Thug's clip at the end of that fun video for like a while to figure out like the angle and like when to acid drop and like where you want to be above the quarter pipe. And we practiced and practiced, and then we kept bailing it. And then Fate was like, "Oh, let me just like go offline," you know. So then he was landing it offline, and then that's when we made Tricity. And then in 2015, 2016, Adam discovered how to land those shits because he's a freaking god. Shout out Adam. He's freaking ridiculously good at this game. He definitely had a lot to do with discovering how to land hops. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that was a lot of his doing, so that's cool.
Yeah, you know what's funny is actually me and Ghost we were playing Thug 1 PS2, like making our videos around that time. It was like 2015, 2016. And then I'm like checking up on YouTube Tony Hawk videos, and I see Adam post a video called like Adam Hops with Friends or whatever. And me and Ghost watched it, and we were like, "Wow, look at that! They're like landing hops online now." And this was like right around the time we were doing Doppelganger 2. And we were like, so like we're doing our kinds of hops, or it was Ghostricity. We were making Ghostricity at this time, right? So we were just like, yeah, we were trying to do like telehops, and like Adam was trying to land them online, and we didn't even know it.
Telehops, like, how does that work?
Telehops,
yeah, telehops. So I just still don't
there's
understand
so
how
many
the hell
goddamn techniques. You're like asking me about techniques. So many techniques at this point, man.
There's a lot. Like I can't keep track of them. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. There's some that I only did like a couple of them once. There's like a technique that I only did once.
Did you record
really
it?
Some stuff like that. Yeah, there really is some stuff like that.
Yeah, just weird, wonky little shit that you'll just never know how the fuck you did it.
Exactly. I don't know if anybody remembers, but Idiot actually did a new technique this year that I've been trying to do for like 4 years, 5 years now. He hit a teleplant into an air bounce, so he got the speed of the teleplant when he flew back out. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but it's like he put it in that video that he dropped recently. Fucking hit an air bounce from the teleplant and then got the same speed going out of the bounce.
Wow.
That's something that I've been wanting to do for like years that I knew was possible.
It makes me wonder too, yeah, when you start adding bounces into some of these techniques, how much that changes shit.
Yeah. Oh man, I just found out that you could Bixer, shout out Bixer, he found out too. You get like teleplant air bounces.
Yeah. I think you did that.
Like
I was watching you. You did it by accident.
Discovered this year, honestly.
Didn't you put that in a video?
Like Bixer did, yeah.
Oh, I thought you had. I know I've seen you do it once by accident.
When I was watching. I did it in a little video. Yeah. Some little video I made recently. I did one, yeah.
It was in that that one with the dragon in the middle, like a theme park. What the fuck level was that?
Fun Park.
Yeah, that one.
Right. Hell yeah.
I remember it. Cool.
Nice. Wow, that's cool that you remember that video. I pretty much posted it once and like never talked about it again.
I watch random videos and then some of them are like, oh, they should probably have more views, but that's cool.
Man, I want everybody to keep making videos. I think there should be like a like Seawalk definitely has like a great YouTube channel, but I think we need a website too, just for like so everything could be on like a nice like database of just everybody's stuff. Like, God forbid anything happens to like Seawalker's channel one day, which is like massively useful if you want to watch Tony Hawk videos. Just go to
Yeah.
his YouTube channel.
Yeah, the only thing I would work on for that is just have a static page, but they would all link to YouTube. I'm not about to like upload every one separately. So
yeah, maybe I'll do it.
yeah, go for it.
I don't mind.
Yeah. You just download every video that comes out and back them up yourself and host them and make a website. Pretty simple. Just time consuming.
What was that last question that you asked me again?
So, well, we were just mainly just talking about techniques and who discovered the hop, and then we just kind of dragged on from there. So,
yeah, Thug discovered like everything. Literally, Thug discovered every single stupid little thing you know about reverts. Thug 1 BHRA, hops, Thug hops, air butt slap. Adam also discovered how to land hops. Adam discovered BHRA to neuroplant and all kinds of stuff. Like, Adam discovered this thing with spaghetti and neuroplant that you could do. Everybody was like, oh, I remember when he first did it. Everybody was like, oh, but you're using the mod. Fucking, you could do it without the mod. Like, I don't know.
Got it. Which one should I ask first? I'll do this one. What technique's the hardest to do? That's like publicly known that you can do this technique.
I would say spaghetti, because still nobody's doing it during combos except for like C-Dot and Ghosts.
Yeah. That's a good answer.
Is anybody doing nobody even tries to do spaghettis?
I've seen very few people do them.
Yeah, they're really freaking hard because you have to do like 3 different like time frames type things.
Got it.
Once you prep the teleplant, then you gotta jump off into the acid drop the right way. And that's 2 things that you already have to time correctly. And then you gotta time getting launched from it too, which I barely ever do. So I think spaghetti's the hardest.
Cool. What techniques do you think are used too often that should be used less?
All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody should just go play Tony Hawk 4 for like a year straight and come back to Thug Pro.
You think that would just give them a different outlook on things to do with these techniques? Or do you think what would that do for them?
If everybody played Tony Hawk 4 for a long time, they would get good at just controlling their manuals. There's too many things that help you when you should be trying to control your manuals. Like, say you're in a sticky situation, like, oh, I'm going to bump into this wall. You could just ollie and wall plant, and then you're okay. You can wall ride, and then you're okay. Like, what if you literally had to manual your way out of everything? So I think Tony Hawk 4 just makes you better at, like, that's like a basic fundamental. And when you play Thug Pro, you don't got to depend on that. You can just get away with, like, boosting around and jumping into whatever. Grind balance, super easy on this game. You could grind forever and never bail if you really wanted to. So, yeah, people get 1 billion points on this game. Thug 2 balance for grinds is crazy, stupid easy.
Well,
So
plus,
everybody just avoids manualing. Manualing on this game is super hard. Manual balance bails all the fucking time on this game.
plus
People don't even realize, like, they don't take the risk to just manual more. That's unless, like, you really, really think about it. Sometimes you just accidentally grind too much and you don't realize. Yeah, I forgot the question again. Ha ha.
No, you answered it. I'm going to do the opposite of that question. Do you think there's a technique that people should use more often?
Technique people should use more often.
And it might be a stupid question because, I mean, if you're not a huge fan of techniques or think people should be more raw, like Tony Hawk Pro
Everybody has something they could be doing more of and less of.
Mhm.
So like I probably butt slap too much and I like never air manual. You know what I mean? I can't air manual, so maybe I should air manual more. But I'm not gonna tell Aaron he should air manual more because he air manuals really well, like whenever the hell he wants. So
Right.
maybe I would tell Aaron like you should learn hops because I honestly haven't seen Aaron hit a hop after zero or anything like that at all ever. I don't know. He would have to show me like right now that he could do it.
Is there anything that you just never see anyone do in a combo that would look cool that people should start implementing?
Yeah, I want to see people using like spaghettis. I want to see people to be able to use spaghetti the way that Ghost does and C Dot does, where they can like actually warp across the level without And there's also like that warp you could do when you like ollie into a ceiling or like a little awning or whatever. You know what I mean?
I don't.
If you ollie into an awning,
Yeah.
you'll just like get pushed backwards. It happens sometimes. I think it looks really cool, but like it rarely ever happens.
Yeah.
And I would say people should hop more, but I stress that. Like I really stressed that people should hop more for like a long time. So
That's
I'll just
finally.
say it again. Yeah, everybody should just do hops because it's almost like encoded drop down to me. It's just a way to just shoot into a cool direction. People for a long time were like, "Oh, fuck butt slaps. Why butt slap? It's just bullshit." And then when you actually use it and make use of it, that shit makes your gameplay look way better. So you could just hate on techniques or you could just learn to do them.
I think it's becoming a little more popular, but definitely could be implemented more, especially in mid combo
You're talking about which one right now?
hops.
Everybody is able to do hops now, I feel like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that can hit hops. It's not like a impossibly hard to do technique anymore. You know, people are getting it. The more people do anything, the more widely understood it is. You know?
Right.
If more people just try to do spaghetti and hit them all the time, the odds are the more often people would just hit spaghetti. That's like the law of averages. Same goes for hops. More people are doing them, therefore, more people are learning them.
Sure. All right. I think that's going to cover most of the technique stuff. Unless you have anything else to add regarding techniques. Covered
anything else to
pretty
add
fair
regarding
bit,
technique?
But
yeah, in the last podcast, I wish we remembered to ask Dudu about spaghettis.
Yeah,
because he was the one that discovered them.
Would have been nice if we only have the protocol side of that. Would have been cool to hear.
Yeah. Dude discovered spaghettis, and that dude Encoded Sin discovered encoded drop downs. James THO discovered Tony Hawk 4. Thug 1 boost plans. And then Torn discovered butt slaps. And then Sam discovered whatever the fuck, everything. Literally everything. And then Thug discovered like BHRA and hops and Thug hops and air butt slap. And yeah. And he discovered hops too. And that's pretty much it. I don't know, there's even more, but that's a lot of shit.
Yeah. It is. For sure. All right.
There's definitely more things that I'm forgetting right now that I'll probably be like, oh shit.
It always happens. So that's why we always get people back on, hopefully. That's the plan, at least.
Yeah, definitely gotta have return guests because yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Gotta get KSK back on when he finishes up Thug Plus. I think we're all really excited to play that game again.
Yep. it's gonna be really awesome. I think people are gonna like the creative side of it. So
Also excited for Robomoto's version of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 Reloaded. Definitely gonna be able to join a server with 70 people, all using the Tony Hawk ride board.
They're not actually doing anything with Tony Hawk 5, are
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
they? All right, let's go. Let's talk about clans. So,
Okay.
can you start from the beginning and work your way towards the end here about the clans you've been in, and at the time who the leaders were, and maybe some other of the members that you just recall?
Yeah, me and my younger brother, Max, we were in Xbox clans originally. We even had a clan that, like, we were the best clan on Xbox for a while. We were like the ones getting like 500 million double tapping in Moscow and shit on Xbox. Because like no one else knew how to do that when they first got on. So like the name of our clan was the Art of Noob, or AON.
All right.
Yep. And then from there, ES02, his name was S. He invited me to O2 when I got on PC. And I remember me, Mongoose. There was another Red Bull back then. Red Bull O2, and I remember Stoom was in O2. There was a couple other people that was in O2. I even think Dragon was in O2 back then. Honestly, I really do. But yeah, after that I got invited to Flow, and I was like really surprised. I definitely thought I was a noob. I was like, how the hell am I getting invited to Flow? I'm such a fucking noob. Because I remember Soom got invited to TLT, and he got, I don't know what happened. He left TLT and then made Flow. And he was like, I remember Soom joined TLT with like Krim and Blaz. And there was like Tice and CO. And it was like the TLT PC crew. It was like the first time like TLT was going to be on PC. And then Soom left and was like, I'm going to make Flow. And he tried to get Krim and Blaz to join Flow back then. And they pretty much were like, Krim and Blaz stayed TLT. So then Soom made Flow with like me and DAC, D-Demian, this dude, fucking excuse my language. Fucking excuse my language. This dude named Cunt Pwned, Tony 911, Doom 2004, Leg Sweeper, he was in Flow. Yeah, man, Flow was like all Tony Hawk 3 players, like Tony Hawk 3 PC players. Yep. Then, wow. So I was in Flow, and then this is what happened. I remember this clearly, bro. Fucking remember this dude Plaz, Plaz, and Storm. Yep. Plaz and Storm. They were like, oh, we're gonna invite you to Jehu. And this was when I was like coming from Xbox, and I was like, wow, Jehu, this is like the clan that Gonzo was in. Most legendary clan to me, right? I leave Flow, and then Plaz and Storm were like, oh, sorry, you can't join Jehu. And I was like, what the hell? I just left Flow though. And they were like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So from there, I was just like, I joined Hot. Mirage invited me to Hot with like MJ and Simpson, fucking Silas and Torn, fucking like LJ, Lantern. Damn, like who else was in Hot back then? Damn, I want to remember like everybody in that shit right now.
Sounds
right? Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Remember fucking Wizard and Flippy? Me, Wizard, and Flippy was like the Tony Hawk fucking Hot PC. We were like the PC Hot version, or whatever the hell I'm trying to say right now. Right? You feel me? So then, okay. What happened after that? Yeah, I joined a lot of clans, bro. So like when I was in Hot, I was like chilling with Mirage and them or whatever, and then motherfucking one day Code and Nobels and Slim, they were like, yo, we're gonna invite you to Sin. And I was like, oh shit, okay. They like had a huge meeting with me too. It was like all 12 of them in like a IRC channel. Defects, Slim, KJ and Ollie and Ovation, Nobels and fucking Code. Like everybody in Sin was there. They invited me to Sin, and literally like 2 months later, I quit Sin and joined TLT.
When were you an ass? I know you were an ass.
Yo, I don't think I was ever an ass. I think there might have been someone else you're thinking of right now.
Yeah, it must be then. You'd remember. That was a really good clan back in the day for like graffiti battles and
Yeah,
trick
Ass
attacks.
was definitely. They were definitely like top dog clan for a long time. It was like Ass, Fate, and SL and Sin, the most competitive teams back then.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember all that. There was a couple more too. There was like SN, like the Koth clan, and there's TXO, which was like everybody knew TXO. The freaking name was on the lobbies. And then you had Andy's like huge ass videos everybody knew about. Okay, word. So then like yeah, I joined TLT. That was like right after KSK and Bad Ace and Jinzo made TLT V2. And then they had invited Torn. And then this is kind of funny. I remember KSK didn't want me in TLT at first. He was like, nah, but Bad Ace really wanted me in. So like they agreed, like KSK gets to invite Aqua and Bad Ace gets to invite me. And then me and Aqua were like the two new members of TLT when like TLT V3 came out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Then I pretty much like quit TLT like not long after that, which is kind of fucked up. Well, it's not fucked up because there was no TLT. I was like the last one online, and then it was like AIDS, and then I made AIDS with like everybody. It was like Bad Ace, Silent Protocol, DAC, Dragon, Drizzed, Guy 2K, fucking like yeah, like a lot of people back then were in AIDS for a little while, and then that fell apart. And then I think I went inactive for like a couple years. I came back, and everybody was like Fun, EX, and IOU, and TDS, and maybe a couple other teams that I can't remember right now. During that time, it was like shit. Like there's no TLT, and there's just like a whole bunch of like Fun and IOU and EX for a while. And those were like the three super dominant teams. So I joined IOU. But I remember I wanted to join all those teams back then. I was like, damn, I don't know. I wanted to join every team. I'm sure there's some people that probably felt that way before.
So you started AIDS just because TLT was dying down after you joined. They kind of went unactive.
Man, I shouldn't have even made AIDS, honestly. I was in TLT with like Bad Ace and KSK, and I think this might have been. Damn, I can't remember when Silent joined. I think I joined after Silent. I think I joined after Fate and Silent. No, the first time I joined TLT was before Silent and Fate joined. And then they joined when I went inactive and KSK made TLT before. And then I think when I came back, it was like there was no one online. There was no KSK or Silent or Fate or Bad Ace or Jinzo or Mike. All of TLT, like Schizo and Gonzo and Draco, they were all just gone.
And what period of time was this?
This was like when THOTV like 4 came out, which was like 2007, 2008.
Okay.
I mean, maybe my timeline's messed up right now, but there was a point in time where it was like TLT kind of went inactive, and then I made AIDS.
Got it. So they didn't ask you to leave. You just were like, yeah, this just isn't going to work because they just weren't playing that much.
I mean, I've always had like a weird try to not have a fixation on teams.
Mhm.
because I remember what happened with like Flo and Jehu and like having my own team, and kind of always just looked at it like, eh.
Yeah, just kind of like
I
whatever.
don't even know like how to say what I'm thinking right now, honestly. I just think sometimes you just gotta go with whatever's going on.
Right. So if SMG, let's say like cut into half, would you just be like, I'm good and just go somewhere else or start your own thing?
Actually, right now, SMG is probably the most solid team that I've been in since like the last like 5 years like that I was in TLT. Like it really was like super duper solid for a minute there, and then like whatever happened, I don't know. But yeah, SMG, I don't think anything's gonna happen at SMG. Honestly, I wanted to be in the team with all these people, and pretty sure we all feel the same way about just being in the same team.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm pretty content. Back then, it was more about you go inactive for a year, you come back online, your name's like TLT, but everybody you were in teams with like a couple years ago, and now they're all in fun. It was like Dragon was in fun, and Drizzt was in EX, and then Diz and Sicko were in IOU, and so you could run around and be the only person in TLT, or you can squad up with all your homies. Or you could be like Jens and never join a team your entire time of playing this
Yeah,
game.
yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Shout out to him. I don't know why he would never join a team. I've never seen anything wrong with that.
I just doesn't. Who knows? I mean, there's pros and cons to it too. Can be a lot of
To
work.
me, I like teams because it makes you feel like you got people encouraging what you're doing rather than like, oh, it's only me. And like, no, you don't always got to be alone. I think that's a big misconception that all people deal with is that they really got to do everything on their own and just be lonely and work hard by yourself. There's like a fucking million people around you all feeling the same way. Like, work together. And don't be so fucking stupid about it either. I don't know. That's just what I think. So
What
it's cool to have a team. You get behind each other and you pause.
What's the closest to a clan you've been? Like in terms of like doing voice chats and talking to people and hanging out with the clan members. Like what's the most, I don't know, active you've been with a clan? Was it TLT
um,
back when you joined, or
the most active that I've been with a team.
yeah, and like doing projects and all that stuff.
That's like counting the hours that I spent like talking. Like I used to talk to Code a lot. I used to talk to No Bales a lot.
Hmm.
Talked to Bad Ace a lot back in the day. For a long time, I talked to like No Bales and Anti Genius and this dude. I think his name was Dick, but his real name was Andy. I know freaking Curtis remembers him or Anti Genius. But there's a bunch of people like we used to just like get on Irk together. Like me, Bad Ace, and Torn used to get on Irk. And um talked to Fate a lot when he was making Fate Tricity. Talked to Diz a lot. Talked to Buck a lot.
But like as a team collaboration, is there one that you were
Oh
just like as part of a team that you felt like you were really part of a team?
yeah, this past few years playing Thug Pro has definitely been like I think the community kind of figured out like how to make this the most fun it can be. Like you really got people just not letting this be like whatever the fuck some people think it is. Like, oh, I'm wasting my time. This game sucks. I'm a negative person. Like, no, you're gonna be here. Like, enjoy the time. So, some people really just like have made this game way more fun to play. And when I was making the AIDS video, it was like that. When I was making the TLT video, it was like that. And both Smooth Moves videos. Like these past 4 years has been really fun making these videos. Also, I remember when Flow was making their videos, it was actually really fun playing with them too. They let me in their lobbies and I was able to see some of their transfers. It's just been really dope playing Thug Pro these past few years.
Cool.
My favorite video making recently is fucking Smooth Moves episode 1. Yeah,
Yeah.
because episode 2 was like kind of like holy shit, like we just did episode 1. I don't know. TLTV Thug Pro was really fun to make. That was like a whole trip. Definitely hard work. Everybody put in that video and the AIDS video. A lot of hard work that a lot of people put in for that too. Very dope. I appreciate everybody that did that stuff.
That kind of leads seamlessly to this then. So, what's the hardest transfer you've ever done? And what video was it in? Or maybe you can name a couple of like just the hardest, maybe the most time consuming, just because it was difficult. Anything that sticks out?
At the end of Smooth Moves episode 1, there's that New Orleans transfer that I did, the one that says "Thank you, Vega," like at the beginning of it. I definitely like tried to do that like many times. Some transfers I've definitely like tried to do for a couple weeks at a time. There's a transfer in TLTV Thug Pro. It's in Vancouver. I do like a double neuro plant to like a wall plant on the hotel, and then I go into an air bounce, and then I wall plant the hotel again. I remember when I found out that I could like do that, like the way I did it, I just didn't stop trying for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck everything having to do with this game. This is the only thing that I'm gonna try to do when I'm online.
Cool. Hardest or most time consuming video? Or if there's a video that you've made that you're like, people should watch this, this is probably my best video ever, what would that be?
Shit. I don't know. I have so many videos.
Yeah.
All my old videos are like improv videos. So it's not like I could say it's anything like a transfer video. Transfer videos just take more effort. That's why I don't even want to talk about any of my old videos really. I would just say like Smooth Moves episode 1, the AIDS video, and TLTV Thug Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
That's
people
definitely like
realize how long it takes to do transfers. Or it can take a long time. Yeah. For sure.
I think people know how long it takes and just they don't like the amount of effort, so they kind of just swear it off. It's almost like why would I want to join the NFL? Like the odds of me joining the NFL is like 1 in a million. So people just will never try to like get good at football for that reason. You know what I mean? Some people think that this shit is just too much effort for them, and they just don't think it's worth trying, and they think it's stupid, and they just tell themselves that it's stupid.
And just cap improv instead. Yeah. Oh, hey.
I don't know if they're telling themselves that it's stupid or if they're literally like, I don't know. There's everything in this game to me is like a challenge, and I try to look at it like, you know, I should be able. If somebody else can do it, then I should be able to do it. I'm holding a controller just like they are. Like what they makes them more capable of doing anything than me. I think we're all just as equally as capable as each other of doing anything.
It's just that creative mind to think of new stuff or new transfers.
Yeah, it's just a matter of believing that you're able to do whatever the fuck you want. Some people really think that they should just play guitar and never try to play drums or keyboard or sing. It's like, no, you probably just got really good at guitar at one point. and never thought that you might be just as good as at drumming.
So if you had a choice of watching a really skilled player, um, watching a really skilled player's improv or a really skilled player's transfer video, which one would you rather watch?
Oh man.
I don't know, this is totally off the cuff, and I'm just curious. Because to me, I'd rather watch the transfer video.
Yo, you know what? That's a tough question because Aaron has a video that he calls it like the pro transfer video, but everything he hits is like during a combo. So like one of Aaron's videos is like perfect example of like where you can't even like draw a line between the two. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of clips in Smooth Moves episodes 1 that they're straight up just improv clips.
Yeah, this is true. That were
So
transfers clipped
if I had
from
to
it.
choose one over the other, what about no manuals though?
Yeah, I would count that as a separate thing completely. I mean, no manuals, or I wouldn't even put that. I mean, because obviously you'd choose a no manual then, because that's like both in a way, kind of, because you're improvising to the next thing you want to do, but in a line that's premeditated, right?
Right.
But
And usually transfer videos they are like a set restart.
yeah, I'd see for me, it's just like it's hard to watch improv because I've seen so much of it. But now, like transfer videos are super rare, and like they just seem way more entertaining to me now.
There are times where I just like need to see improv, whether it's me doing it or I'm observing someone. You know what I mean? It's just like, I just like need some fucking improv. You ever get that feeling or no?
No, but I watch so many people play improv online already. It's just like, I just don't have it. That's why I like transfer videos too. Is like when you go online, everyone's improving. I mean, maybe one lobby every week is going to be working on transfers. Other than that, it's all improv.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's more of a current thing. I think it used to be people were finding transfers all the time. That's why I still would prefer, even if it was a really skilled player, he's probably got a creative mind. So I'd rather see him hit some really crazy transfers rather than just improv, which I can just join and watch him hit anyways. But
That's a good point.
yeah,
I guess I would rather see like a transfer video from Box rather than an improv video of him, just because I know it's gonna be his like craziest moves. You know?
Yeah, especially with Box for sure. And then maybe it varies from person to person, So I guess.
But I would. Then there's like someone like Knit, where I think his improv is like super nice to watch. Dragon's improv super nice to watch. I don't even think Dragon's ever really hit a transfer.
Yeah,
I'd have to ask him.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of improv from him, but yeah, I don't know about.
I'm talking about like going to your restart and like attempting the same thing over and over.
Right.
Some people have like never done that, right?
I'm sure a lot of people, yeah. Yeah, some people probably think it's crazy. For sure. Like you were saying, they probably were like, no, fuck that.
Yeah, I know for a fact some people just don't have the patience for it.
Yeah.
It really does take time and determination. But that's why it's cool, because you do it like 100 times and you fuck up 100 times, but when you put it in a video, you don't got to deal with all the extra stuff. You just have a really cool transfer back to back to back. It just looks cool the way that was put together.
Right. All right. Let's move on. It's just we're at an hour and a half, and there's still a few more things.
Shit.
Yeah, I know it goes really fast. And then I actually do have some questions that I did not send you that were asked by the community before the podcast, and then we'll do
I
Q&A.
got time, just so you know. I'm good.
For sure, yeah, we'll keep it going. Probably be about 2-ish hours. But how long? If you had, I mean, and it's not good to put a shelf life on the community, but do you think the community is going to be around another, say, 10 years? And what do you think of the way it is right now? I think we talked that you like the way it is right now, that the vibe is good, that everyone seems to be getting along and everything, despite some things happening here and there. But do you think the outlook is positive that the community will be around in, like, say, another 10 years?
Yeah, as long as people don't say that it's gonna die, then like, then you basically just have a community that doesn't think it's gonna die. Because we're all here. It just depends on who's saying, oh, this community is gonna die. No, we're all here. Like, relax. As long as we don't talk about it, then we're all fucking just chilling as a community. Right?
For sure. I would think so.
I think that this community, people thought it was gonna die when American Wasteland came out.
Yeah.
I remember when me and Dragon, we were playing Thug 1 PS2. Maybe like when we were both in like IOU in like 2012 or 13. And it was just us logging on to play Thug 1 PS2 for like months. And then one day we both were just like, let's never play again. And then we just logged off and that was it. Like, we were literally just decided to like kill Thug Pro, but we would have kept playing. We would have just like fucking gone on every day like it was no big deal. There's always somebody that thinks this game should be pushed a little farther. So even when I don't play, someone out there is like doing some crazy shit. I don't think this shit's ever gonna die. It's Tony Hawk. People look at this as more than just, it's like Pac-Man or Tetris or something. Like, that shit never dies, and neither will this.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Definitely. Yeah, it's a good way of looking at it. What advice would you give to like a newcomer? If you wanted to be a part of the community, what would you say? Well, this is probably where you should start. You think they should start just improving right away, learning trick usage, spinning, these types of things? Or like, what general guidance would you, if someone literally just signed on this game for the first time, but maybe they played very casually back in the day?
First, I wouldn't want to like scare them away, because I think people notice like the giant skill gap when they first start playing. Like, they see someone like flying around and hitting all the crazy stuff that they do, and then they see themselves skating, and like it's really easy to get discouraged at first.
Definitely.
So like you really gotta like inform people on like how much of like there's shit that I don't know. Like, I don't know how to do some of the shit that Adam does, some of the shit that Aaron and Conic do. There's still techniques that I fucking need to learn. So for a new player, it's like, wow, like you log on, you're like, how do you bus slap? How do you boost plant? How do you wall ride bounce? And everybody wants to know how to do something. So everybody should be willing to help each other. If anybody has a question, don't like laugh at them because they're new. Don't be like, oh, you should quit now because you're never going to be as good as like me or this person or the next person. There's so many new players that are encouraged, they encourage themselves to get better. And like when they ask for help, like they're literally just trying to get better at the game. So we just need to be willing to just help everyone. Any kind of question, some random person will be like, how to bus slap, and like they don't speak English. Like, doesn't matter. Like, if you have a moment in time to play Tony Hawk, you could help someone get better at the game, and that'll basically make it more fun for both of y'all at the same time. Now you got somebody to observe with, somebody to like friggin' just have a good time with when you play this game. This dude, Crazy Joven, fucking, I had no idea who he was. He was just like being real friendly one day, just like talking a lot and just like saying stuff. So I invited him to like voice chat with us. And then out of nowhere, he's like, how do I hop? How do I do this? How do I do that? Showed him how to do all that stuff. And I remember that day he was like, oh, I really want to join NIZ. They don't think I'm good enough. Now he joined NIZ and he's like doing all this crazy stuff. And you literally just got to support each other. It doesn't matter what kind of technique you're trying to do. Just don't discourage anybody from getting better at this game, because it's really easy to just freaking start owning. Anybody can make this game mad fun for themselves.
Yeah. Good.
Damn, I said a lot right there.
Yeah, well, and it was an off-the-cuff question, so I'm glad you did it so well. What's your biggest achievement, whether it's a clan or a video, on this?
Making fucking SMG with Ghost.
Yeah,
easily.
for sure.
My biggest achievement? No, I don't know. Fucking, I feel like I've done a lot of random, like making tricity, and then I was in TLTV3. I remember like we almost made Sin Mixtape 3, me and Code. That was gonna be like a huge deal. There was a transfer in that video that KSK put in TLTV3 that I thought was like the nicest fucking transfer at the time. That was gonna like be a kind of crazy type of impact that me and Code were gonna try to do. But then I just fucking quit Sin and joined TLT. What's the craziest fucking thing I did on this game? A lot of people like that video that I made back in the day. It's like some random ass video. Like I named it like "Slam on my keyboard." Like I slammed on my keyboard to name the video. Like back then, I made so many videos that I didn't know which one people were gonna really like. People just ended up liking like this one video with like this mono song. And it's not even like I can't even like say it like that. It's kind of messed up to just people just like this one video. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, well, it definitely helps, though. I mean, it helps to have some good reception. You know, it's not like we
Yeah.
would be making Smooth Moves episode 2 if the first one was a shit show. You know, like if no one liked it and appreciated it, I wouldn't have spent hours and hours and hours doing some editing for it and doing like the no manual and stuff. There's no way, absolutely no way.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, I think, well, I just did a nice
Holy
one.
shit! Yeah, that was pretty fucking cool.
I think that Smooth Moves episode 1 is probably, that's like one of my favorite things that I've done on this game, just because there's so much variety in that video.
Yeah, definitely.
TLTV Thug Pro had a lot of variety too, and so did the AIDS video. It's just like I would like to think that I'm getting better and better as time goes on. But those videos are just as impactful as if AIDS video came out right now, or if TLTV Thug Pro came out right now. I don't think it would be any more or less impactful as it already was. So it's hard to say like which one I like the most because you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's really hard. Yeah.
It's like I don't want to disrespect nobody because I honestly really enjoyed making those videos with everyone. Even like fucking like Ghost. Like me and him had a whole period of time where we made like a bunch of videos together. Like Doppelganger 2 is one of my favorite videos that I ever made. And it's just like low key like Ghostricity is another one. I think I have a couple of videos where like they bug me out. Like Ghostricity is one of those videos where I'm like, okay, what was really going on in this time period? It had like one clip from Fate in it, and it was like all like black and white and like kind of spooky vibe. It's like a new technique in it, and like some kind of like random song that gives me like a weird vibe. You know what I'm trying to say? Like sometimes I make a video that just like it just hits different.
Yeah.
Like that one where I slammed on the keyboard. I don't know why. Just whatever kind of zone I'm in, maybe it's just more people feel it.
What's so that's kind of like your more crowning achievements. Do you have like a most memorable moment?
Most memorable moment?
Yeah, just in general, whether it was you were just hanging in a lobby and you got struck by lightning. I don't know, just some most memorable moment.
Oh, I remember something crazy. All right, so playing Thug 1 PS2, fucking, I was AFK for hours. Like, I swear to God, this is true. I was AFK, came back, picked up the controller. My dude is standing off his board in Manhattan by the water, like by the pier. I remember so clearly. I pick up the controller. I enter from off my board to on my board, like I did a caveman ollie, and I did a revert right then and there. It was like out of combo, midair, just heard it and everything. And I said, "What the fuck?" Like I just did a revert with like no quarter pipes near me or nothing. Out of combo, was just AFK for hours. Came back and did a revert.
Oh.
Another time, I remember Buck had like he did like in this video. I watched that clip like so many times. But he did like a gigantic ollie from flat ground, like not a bus lap, not a manual boost plant, just straight up a ollie that was like super duper high. And I remember when the video dropped, I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I ended up watching it over and over again throughout the years. So I definitely remember that shit. And what else do I have to really remember fondly? Uh, yeah, I remember one time I spent like 2 weeks with Mont, me and him making like this really dope video. I had a mongoose cast with like the pink basketball jersey and like the KSK long hair and beanie or whatever. Old school cast, like just ripping like Manhattan and San Diego in this video. And I'll never forget this. Mont is like messaging me like, "Yo, man, video's almost uploaded." I'm like, "Cool, can't wait." He's like, "Yo, I edited this video. It's super sick. Wait till you see all your clips." And I remember when we were recording it, I was like, "Wow." He's like fucking getting all this crazy stuff that I'm doing. Wow. And then like a day goes by and I hit him up. I'm like, "Hey, where's the video?" And he just goes, "I deleted it." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Why would you delete it?" Like I was truly like stunned and confused. And he was like, "Oh no, just felt like deleting it." And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like I remember that so clearly, just being like, "Why the fuck did you just delete like my video that was like done, that you edited and recorded?" That was a very fond memory. I remember when Bad Ace, I remember when Nobels and all of them like invited me to Sin. I remember when everybody invited me to TLT. Oh, one of my fondest memories. I remember trying to get back into TLT in 2012 because I had left in like 2010 to join IOU. And then Fate came back and he made like Kitty Power 2 and Herotics Time 3. And I was in IOU like, fuck, I want to like be in TLT with Fate because he was like the only person playing at that time. So I went so hard. I was like showing Fate these like secret videos. I was like, "Yo, look at this." And he was like, "Wow, that's fucking crazy." That was like when I made like Mandelbrot set and Master Cut and like some other shit. And he was like, "Okay, you could join TLT again." I think that was like when I made Master's Cut with like the hop at the end. That's when he was like, "Oh, what's that? Okay, you could be in TLT." And then we made Fatricity. Yeah. Yeah, that's a very fond memory. Also, like fucking making AIDS again. I remember when me, Aaron, Protocol, Doodoo, Dingo, Behemoth, we all got together and made the AIDS video and pizza. That was really fun to do. There's someone else I'm forgetting right now. Somebody else is in AIDS. Aaron. Of course, motherfucking Aaron. That was really fun making an AIDS video with them. That's actually one of my favorite videos I've ever worked on because I just think it has a lot of variety. Lots of things you can see in that video that you can't see anywhere else. Oh, and motherfucking I don't know. There's too many memories, man. There's a lot of stuff I remember clearly. I remember when everybody was making fun of me because I called out Stunny. I was one of the first people to be like, I think he's using safe states, but everybody was like, "Oh, fuck you." Like everybody got mad at me for calling him out. But yeah, I remember Montage and Ego. They used to troll me hard on fun forums. They used to like fucking like hound me like wolves. That went on for like a couple of years. Ego and Mont, they were definitely like trolly trolls. What else do I remember very fondly? I don't know. I remember when Thug put out that fucking new beginning video. I went on Tony Hawk immediately and just fucking tried to learn BHRA like so hardcore, like for weeks, just offline, just BHRA, trying it over and over again. Because there was no like real tutorial on it yet. It was more just like, good luck.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Well,
That's quite a few.
yeah, I remember a lot of shit, honestly.
Yeah. But it's good that you have some that kind of stick out immediately.
Yeah. I mean, there's a ton more. I mean, there's a lot of shit that I wish I could remember to get into, like as you ask me, and then I move on. And it's like, fuck, maybe I should have like mentioned that.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons, like I said, it's always going to be, eventually we're going to get people on here again. So it's just going to be one of those
Yeah, I
things way
think
down the line. It's not going to be, if your
that's gonna be
podcast,
really good.
yeah, if your podcast number 8, it might be like number 28 or something. It's just going to be a little while, but it'll happen.
Wow.
So I want to do that's it for that. All that I came up with, and then I started asking questions to a few people, and obviously Ghost had a couple, so I kind of want to just start with a couple of his.
Oh shit!
And then we'll
All
do some Q&A, and then we should probably wrap it up. So, Ghost was wondering who taught you how to play, like maybe if you had a mentor in specific.
Yeah, motherfucking Bad Ace and Tiki. Tiki taught me style. Tiki was the first person to be like, spin your tricks, stop following grinds. Told me don't use shimmy because it kills your flow. He taught me how to wall shuffle. Tiki was the first person to like take me out of that newbie zone. And then Bad Ace was the person that really pushed me to get really, really good at this game. Bad Ace was the person that was like, wall plant small stuff, bonk shit when you're moving really fast. He was the first person I've seen that did a really quick acid drop, like lots of speed from an acid drop, and then bonk something. So he's the one that like inspired me to like move real fast and then bonk, move real fast and then pull wall plant, move real fast and then like just start wally shuffling like a motherfucker. Drift wall plants in between stuff. That was all KSK. I remember when KSK's Manhattan video came out, I was a fucking fanboy. I messaged him on TLT forums. I was like, you're freaking crazy at this game. Like, thank you so much for fucking being really good at this game, or whatever the fuck I said to him. I was like 13 years old, like, wow, KSK Manhattan, so crazy. So he was definitely a big influencer in my style back then. And wow, watching like MistaFreeze, Tony Hawk 4 videos back then, huge fucking inspiration seeing that, seeing MistaFreeze and Brassbox and Freddy and Buck all destroy Tony Hawk 4 back then. That was very inspirational. Yep. Then Code style back then when he was in all those tournaments and he was just playing after zero. Watching Code was like anybody that got to actually observe Code after zero is fucking lucky, man, because his style was very, very freaking influential for the way everyone plays, in my opinion.
But out of all
just
these,
had like one of the smoothest styles.
Out of all these people, so mainly it was Tiki and Bass that kind of mentored you. Did you have one specific person that was kind of like your right hand man? Like, for me, there's a guy named Hellraiser on Tony Hawk 4 that taught me all the lines, like graffiti. Like there's graffiti lines even back then, but then he taught me
I
trick
know what
attack
you're
lines
saying.
and this type of stuff.
I totally know what you're saying.
Yeah,
there was a lot of eras for me that I was a part of where I learned like a lot of shit. So Seamus, he didn't really mentor me, but when I first started, I watched all of his videos and was like, okay, let me get into this drift wall plants type stuff. And then I was watching Gonzo and Draco videos, like, okay, let me be really good at fast improv and being unpredictable and making everybody like the way you skate just when you're just like fucking around. And then that same concept kind of was like Code was like the next generation of that. Code and Vex, I remember, was also really influential back then. Yeah, motherfucking Vex. That dude was crazy. It was like Vex, Gonzo, Drago. I don't know. My mentors, I don't know. After Bad Ace, it was more like nobody was like teaching me shit. I wasn't really getting taught by anybody after Bad Ace.
Sure.
I mean,
Usually there's just like one or two, anyways, and you just kind of go on your own, right? Seems to be the case.
it was more like we were discovering stuff together. Like me and Dragon would always be like just bouncing random ideas off each other. Me and Buck always bouncing crazy ideas off each other. Me and Diz. Yeah, it was more like just people who like pushed each other to get better. So like Diz and then Buck, and you had like Fate and Silent, Mirage for a long time. Mirage was one of the most inspirational people for a while, I remember. His fucking no manuals and like his creative skater, like he was like one of the biggest influences in the community. I remember that shit. And then who else? Mentor, people that taught me stuff. In like 2013, JC really taught me like how to fucking combo again, because I was playing like Silent, I was playing like Fate, trying to be all random. And then JC came back and like reminded me of fucking keeping your combo and just going for a long time. This was when everybody was like fucking landing their combos consistently, just land your combo, land your combo, nobody was getting high score. High score average, like highest score ever, was like 10 mil for like years. No one was getting over 10 million.
Cool.
Yeah, and dude, I can't think of anybody that like taught me. I really can't.
That's fair.
It was more like working with people.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
All right.
Just Tiki and bass. It was those two.
So another one from Ghost here. So wait, I don't know if it's true or not, but so supposedly you had made Tricity and then it got showed from Andy to the developers, something like this.
Yeah, it was shared on a Facebook group, and I'm pretty sure when Fatricity came out, Andy shared it with a bunch of people on Facebook that might have worked at Activision or Neversoft or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of people that had to do with the development team of Tony Hawk, Underground 1 or 2 or whatever, whoever he knew on Facebook at the time. A bunch of people ended up seeing it. Yeah.
And what was it like making that video? Like, where did you edit it? Did he edit it? And
Oh man, the craziest thing about editing that video, I'll never forget this. This is actually something that I remember very clearly, like that last question.
Yeah.
So me and Fate were hiding it from everybody that we had like this video coming out. He had put out the trailer, but nobody knew like what we were trying to do in it. And so we're fucking around with hops, and like we're not showing anybody what a hop is while we're fucking around with it. And I go online, and Brassbox is online on Doug one day, and he does a hop after 0. I swear to God, and like my heart skipped a beat. I said like, "Do you know how to do what you just did?" And he was like, "LOL, no, why?" He was like, "Had no idea." And I was just like, "You just did something on accident that me and Fate have been trying to do on purpose for like months." And this was like when Fatricity was like halfway done.
Oh, damn.
And I was just like, how the fuck? Like, Brassbox is seriously crazy, bro.
Yeah.
um,
So editing, was that part of you, or did he edit the whole thing?
I was, every time that he was editing the video, I was like right there. Every time he hit a transfer, I was there. Anytime he was online and we were like, okay, let's like do this, It was like Twitch, Tony Hawk's Underground 1 online together or offline together, and he's streaming his Twitch and I'm watching, or we're both playing, or both in voice chat. It's like how every time we played, that's what we did. Like almost like how we do it now. Like if we're gonna be online, like let's voice chat and do this shit. That's what me and Faye did.
God, that's a cool way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That is how we did it.
Do you have a favorite transfer from like all the videos made, or a couple favorite transfers of all time that other people have landed? And this is from Vega.
Yeah, fucking Vegas train bonk. That's literally, damn, that's funny that he asked that, because that actually is one of my favorite fucking transfers that I've ever seen anybody hit. There's definitely more. I mean, a lot of shit in Box Chest of Wonders 3, the Thug Pro video, transfer video he made. He does like wall plants to like wall ride bounce to air bounce. That whole video is crazy. Damn. Favorite transfer. I did something at the end of TLTV Thug Pro. I like shoot across the whole level with like a teleplant type warp. And then I end up on a roof like that's way out of bounds. But there's also like a whole bounce wall that I shot through or whatever. That's definitely one of my favorite transfers. It's at the end of TLTV Thug Pro. And then Pizza has one of my favorite transfers. He like does the same type of teleplant to like that black boat in Vancouver. And that's at the end of Flying Spaghetti Monsters. Yo, you have one of my favorite transfers at the end of Smooth Moves. That fucking, you like slow it down and do that fucking sketch to bonk to wall ride bounce.
Yeah. Yes. Well, it wasn't legit,
that shit.
but yeah, the only way you could do it was to slow mo after a save state. So
I got too many favorite transfers. Like Aaron has one of my favorite transfers. I don't even. He has too many of my favorite. And then Bombs has insane transfers. All the shit he does in Flow Video 3. Iron has a lot of really good transfers. He does like this bonk and Alcatraz in Flow Video 3. Or is that TLTV Thug Pro? I don't know. Yep.
yeah, good.
That's, yeah, favorite transfer of all time? What a fucking hard question.
Yeah, that's why
Too
I just
many
figured
goddamn
do
crazy,
transfers.
insane transfers.
Yeah,
I've seen too many transfers.
yeah, for sure. Well, you named off quite a few good ones, so.
Yeah, but I know I'm like forgetting one where I'm like, why would I not like remember that transfer? You know what I mean? I'm just gonna feel like, damn, like my memory is fucked later. That's like what I'm gonna say.
Well, let's move on. If you think of something else, we'll get there. So it's by Guy2K. You could have only one tech in your THPS toolbox. What would it be and why? And dropouts or drop downs and spinouts are excluded.
Well, oh, okay, wait. Any tech
Yeah, so if you had just one
is
technique.
grinds and wall rides.
No. So it'd be like, I'm assuming he means like a community technique like boost plant or butt slaps or.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
So if I could only have one,
Yeah.
damn, that means you can't air manual, you can't BHRA, or you can't bus slap or boost plant, or do hops or thug hops.
Yeah, you can only have one, so I just wonder, like, what would it be?
I want motherfucking hops. Gotta be able to do hops.
There you go. You wanted me to answer, but I don't know what it would be.
That's a tough question. Damn. Shout out Guy2K with the tough ass question.
Yeah, I would pick Tony Hawk 4 boost plants because that's the only technique I do in Tony Hawk 4. So it works perfect.
Word. I would almost say like, oh man, like I need BHRA, but I don't know, man. Kind of just want to do my hops. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Let's see. What is your favorite era of playing? This is from Seawalk.
Shit, my favorite era.
Yeah,
Fucking right now. This is my favorite era of playing.
for sure.
Yeah, man. The community's never been more like positive and driven and supportive of each other. This is the best that this game has been, I feel like. I like the direction it's going in. I like what everybody has been doing lately.
Hmm. Um,
And then if I had to pick another one, it would be when motherfucking when it was like right before Jinzo quit. I don't know what it is about Jinzo, but right when he stopped playing was when the whole fucking community just peaced out.
damn.
Do you remember that? It was like right when American Wasteland came out.
Yeah,
Like a
shit
couple
kind of
months
hit the
after it
fan.
dropped.
Yeah, it was
Like
just like
half the community.
they just disappeared for sure.
You remember that, right? It was like
Yeah.
a lot of people that stopped playing.
Yeah, they were like, "Fuck this." You know, they gave after Thug 2, they were like, "We're gonna give it one more chance," and then that came out and just totally crushed their souls. You know.
And the crazy part about that is that there was a whole American Wasteland community that was just like separate. It was like all the old players were like, fuck this. And then all the new players were like, well, we're going to play American Wasteland and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how that worked out.
Yeah, for sure it is. That was actually a question from Ein, EIN. That wasn't Seawalk. That's my bad.
Oh, my favorite era of playing was definitely when he fucking played.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out fucking Einstein. No, I mean, what's it called? This is my favorite era because it's just so cool to see how many people over the years that I really fucking remember. It's like, wow, I remember all these people from different time periods, kind of, but it's just cool how we're all here at the same time now. Like, fucking shame. I'm like, no offense, shame, but I remember you like very vaguely, but you're back now, and like a lot of fucking people remember like shame, but you know, if somebody like fucking like I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. What I'm saying is that like anybody could come back at any point in time and it would just be so random to be like, holy shit, like I remember you, but it was like I remember you from like the most random point in time ever.
Yeah.
I think that's just like a weird little novelty that I kind of like really like about this game right now. Seeing all these old people come back.
Yeah, it's really cool getting bass next week.
What the fuck, really, bro? Like really, really?
Yeah.
Yo, Bad Ace inspired me the most throughout all these years, man.
Yeah, that'd be cool for sure to get on.
Yeah, I would ask him a lot of fucking questions.
Well,
I
yeah, you
would bother him.
can either ask him or ask me, and I'll put him on the podcast and tell him which ones you're asking him. It's not a big deal either way. That's what I got for questions. Maybe we do some Q&A with the chat before we call her good.
Yeah, I'm down for all that good stuff. I'm actually kind of surprised how well this went, I guess.
Oh, I spelled questions wrong. I spelled the questionos. There we go. Questionos. I put like a Spanish slang to it. Questionos. Oh yeah, so our least favorite era. That was part of Ein's question as well. Our least favorite era of playing.
My least favorite era.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could say I got a least favorite era because I mostly just remember the fucking good times. I don't remember really having a bad time playing Tony Hawk. You know, there was an era where it was like I didn't really play, but I was active on the fun forums. This was when like Korn and Stunny were like really active and they were just like doing whatever they do, I guess. And I ain't like I didn't like the vibe on the fun forums at that point in time. I thought that there was some kind of weird vibe going on at that point.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little fishy around there. Things were smelling a little fishy. I don't even know what I'm getting at right now. You fucking feel me?
I got you. I don't know if you can see the Twitch chat, but I'll just read them out. So we have Farmville Speedrunner. What do you think was most influential about Silent Style? Any more details / memories on the isolated thought community?
Oh, hell yeah. I love questions like that. Bro, Silent was the first person to press pause during a combo and go to restart and make it actually like look cool.
Oh,
He was the first person to get off his board while like rolling in a straight line and then like make it switch direction. Like I don't know what you call that. It's like you're rolling and then you get off your board and jump and go in the other direction.
It's got a name. Cub Drift?
No, it's like you're using a caveman to turn around. It's weird. Yeah, but Silent was the first person to do all that super duper random fucking like how did you get there? Hitting wall ride bounces, putting tricks in between like tiny little things. Everybody needs to if you haven't seen Silent's video, it's like a Moscow video. I think it's called like Dat Nig Silent probably.
Yeah, definitely should watch it.
That video was like when that came out, everybody said, like, what the fuck? Everybody said what the fuck.
That's great.
That's the video that I'm pretty sure Silent joined TLT like right after that video.
Isn't that the one with the explosions in the sky? Wasn't that one?
I remember he used a song from Legend of Zelda in it.
Oh, okay. I thought he played one with
and he had a video called Silent Limited and Silent Unlimited. Those videos were freaking like the reason Silent's style was so good was because he was unpredictable as fuck. He was the first person that was like real consistent with unpredictability. Like you never knew what he was about to do in the next moment. Like you think like you're just linear, you're gonna grind, and then you're gonna jump on the grind in front of you. Silent somehow made it so like he was going to restart, he was fucking drifting, going backwards, getting off his board, jumping around, making it look crazy. Yep. Silent kind of like coined that style of play, in my opinion.
Cool. Still had something else. Was any more details / memories on the isolated thought community?
I don't remember much. I remember the more details on the thought community. You would have to ask somebody that really played Thaw that, because I was not really a Thaw player. What I knew about American Wasteland was like Diablo and fucking Tiny and Tech and Brassbox. Like those guys were just the kings of American Wasteland. And like KSK. There's a lot of people that I can't remember. Lots of good American Wasteland players that I don't want to disrespect right now. Can't remember everybody's name though. Like too many.
Yeah. All right. We got one from Silent Laws. Might be a silly question, but what's the best way to improve your play?
Whoa. Fuck. Best way to improve your play is to realize that this isn't a competition, really, and that you're not comparing yourself to other players. Like, best way to improve your own style is realize that you shouldn't worry about how good everybody else is doing, and just focus on what your own improv is really missing. You know, there could be somebody boost planning and bus slapping and BHRing all over the place, but that's got nothing to do with you. You just got to think about what you could be doing. You don't got to bus slap or boost plan or BHRA to make your style look good. You know what I mean? People were fucking doing none of that shit. Like Gonzo didn't ever do any of that stuff, and people thought his style was amazing. So the best advice I have for a new player is just realize that you shouldn't compare yourself to other people.
Yeah, I think it's good for sure. I wouldn't be an SMG if I compared myself to other people. So
Yeah, right? Because if I start fucking comparing myself to people, I would just quit this fucking game. I
yeah,
would just be like upset that I'm not as good as certain people. So there's no reason to do that because it's not even a player versus player type of game.
yeah,
Yeah.
great. All
I like these questions. Damn, I need more of them shits.
right. So we got this one by Senya. If you could bring back one player that you never teamed with, who would it be?
Say again?
If you could bring back one player that you never teamed with, who would it be?
That I never teamed with.
Yep.
One person that I always wish I could have brought back is fucking Magic Summer. Everybody used to think Magic Summer was the best, and I never got the chance to play with him.
Yeah, that's too bad. We still gotta get a hold of him somehow. It's gotta be possible.
I'm sure there is a way.
Yeah. Another one.
Magic Summer has like that legendary fucking disappeared and never came back type fucking shit with him.
Yeah, for sure. Yep, that is the mystique behind Magic Summer.
Oh, and I would bring back wow, it was just in my head. Poet. Fucking Poet. Yeah, Poet was like Dragon and Silent on crack.
All right.
Oh, and Raka. But Raka came back recently. There's a lot of people I bring back. I wish I could bring back a lot of fucking people.
Raka was
like
here
all
for
those dudes that were in TXO. Like there was like Narkill and fucking Caius John and Ankal Galan or whatever his name was. Ankal Galan and Vex. Yo, Nobels. I want Nobels to come back. Torn. Yo, if Torn came back, oh my god. And Bad Ace too. Yo, tell Bad Ace that he can't do the podcast unless he downloads Thug Pro.
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna do that. But I was gonna say, since you mentioned Raka, he was here for like not even a month, and then he dipped out again. I haven't seen him since.
Yeah, Raka definitely came back, so that's good. There's a lot of people that fucking used to play that was really good. Mongoose. Fucking Mongoose should come back. Code. Torn. Bad Ace. I know KSK still is like around doing stuff, but I want him to like literally like try to do this shit again. He like hasn't actually tried to do anything crazy. He just mods lately, you know. But if he really tried to like do some nice fucking video, I think that would be sick.
We got a couple from Ghost. If we want to bust these out quick, but we're gonna end it the next 10 minutes here. It'll be 10 o'clock, and it's pushing it pretty late. But let's try getting these in. So Ghost asks top 3 no manuals.
Top 3 no manuals. Draco Carnival no manual. Wow. Definitely Mirage had a Hawaii no manual. That was like whatever video that was in. Damn. I think it was a GT entry. Wow, and then a third one? Too many fucking no manuals. You know who had some good no manuals back in the day? This dude Mers. He had a San Diego no manual that I really liked. Mers' San Diego no manual.
All right.
Yeah. Those are my
So
top three for real. Yeah.
yeah, there you go. What's your main goal now on this game to accomplish? Slash, what would you like to see other people try to do?
Ha! That's funny you asked that because lately I don't think I fucking like this game anymore. Like these past 2 weeks, I haven't been able to do much. Like this game is fucking pissing me off lately.
What is that?
Hold on. What was the question again?
What's your main goal now on this game to accomplish? What would you like to see other people try to do?
My goals has always been like, okay, so I tried to get 100 million improv, and right now I'm trying to get 100 million improv in more levels than just Manhattan, which is fucking stupid duper hard. Because I'm not just, people might fucking watch me play and be like, oh, you're fucking just comboing. You're not really doing improv. Like, thanks, man. I'm glad you think whatever the fuck you think. I'm just trying to get 100 million. I don't care what anybody thinks how I'm getting 100 million. I'm just trying to get 100 million. So whether I do it or not, how I do it doesn't matter to me. I'm trying to get 100 million in every level.
Cool. What would you like to see other people try to do?
I want to see everybody fucking incorporate spaghettis and thug hops. Fucking, there's definitely some shit that we don't know how to do yet, like grind shuffle. And I just discovered some technique like fucking literally yesterday. You do like a big ollie if you do like a caveman. You like caveman and stand next to an object and kind of get dragged up. I don't know. It looks cool. I did it on accident. I should upload that clip. Ask people if they know what the fuck it is, really. I want to see more people just fucking hold their combos longer and take more risks and don't follow lines and use manuals because manuals will lead you to shit that you haven't done yet. Once you do a grind, you're going the same direction as a million people before you. But once you manual, you're on a path that no one's on before. So everybody should just focus on their manuals, kind of like Tony Hawk 4 style. Get good at your manuals and try to incorporate every technique. I see a lot of people doing hops. So I can't say I want people to do hops more because a lot of people are doing hops more. So I think that's really good.
And the last one from Ghost. What are some cast items or techniques you would like to see added to Vanilla Thug Pro?
Cast items?
Yeah, creative skater items, I guess. Or techniques you would like to see added to Vanilla Thug Pro.
I would like to see if you could somehow use like the old cast models. Like, oh, that would be cool if you could use like Tony Hawk 4 looking skater.
Yeah, it'd be badass.
Have the old cast model, Tony Hawk 4. And Tex. I want Thug 1 revert. They said that they fixed it in this game, but it's still a little bit fucked up. They definitely are trying their best, but it's a really simple fix. Like Adam fixed it. It's fucking Thug 1 reverts. You can have it in Thug Pro right now, but it's not there for whatever reason. And then there's also fucking manual boost plant. Sure, everybody knows what that is. What other text? What'd you say?
I was gonna say, it kind of leads right into this next question. Anyways, what's your thoughts on the newest Thug Pro update? Farmville had that question.
Who had this question?
Farmville Speedrunner.
My thoughts on the new update? Yeah, it's kind of like, for me, Thug Pro has so many people that contribute to like what makes it better, and sometimes it's just like Adam will do something that I think is like really really good, Like, okay, Adam made it so we can do Thug 1 reverts, but it's just not in the update.
Mhm.
And I am happy with the update, but at the same time, I think there's like clear things that make the game more fun to play. Everybody talks about this game being more like Thug 1 or whatever. Okay, so why don't we just put the fucking Thug 1 reverts in? I don't know. There's some things that I told him to add to Thug Pro over the years. Cooldown after wall plant, which is like, I don't know if you're observing me. Are you observing?
Yep.
Okay, so if I wall plant right here, um, stupid ass tree. I could wall ride right after. It used to be there was a cooldown where you would have to wait a second to wall ride after a wall plant. That was
Okay.
something that I suggested. Okay, so there's just like a bunch of random things that makes the game better that, in my opinion, they should just be implemented. It's like not a matter of opinion. It literally just makes the game better. So I'm like pretty much like stubborn on certain things. Can't like change my mind about some things on this game. Everything should be toggleable. You want to give people the option for this stuff, but some things I just don't think you need it even toggleable. If that's even a word, toggleable.
Yeah. Yeah. We get it.
Like what's it called? The fucking they made the Bone Dolly, and I was just like, I immediately turned it off. I don't want to do that on accident.
Right.
Like, cool, y'all added Bone Dolly, but I'm never gonna fucking do it. Like straight up. There's some things that I just think I don't need, and some things that I definitely do. Depends on what game you really did the most on. If you were an American Wasteland player, then you might really want Bone Dolly. If you're like me, then you just really want Thug 1 reverts.
Cool. Got one from Matt's Pistola. Best/worst trends in the community over the years.
Hell yeah, nice question. I started one of the worst trends ever from that fucking one video where I used like this all red cast and I was just going around with no flow, just doing power slides and like missing pole wall plants and just like awfully terrible, like sloppy looking improv. There was definitely a period of time where people were trying to play like silent but just couldn't do it really. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I thought that was like people shouldn't try to cut. That brings me back to the point of trying to copy people's style. Should never compare yourself to someone. Like definitely just accept the fact that you're influenced by them, and don't really try to do what they do. Just remember it in the back of your head and do whatever you feel like doing. Really, because me trying to copy silent like that should just look terrible. I should never have tried to do that. And I think that's kind of like for a long time people stopped comboing pretty much like people were landing and like fucking like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter that my combo ended. And then JC came back in 2013, but nobody even really knew that because he was like on PS2 when the community was dead. It was like who nobody knew that anybody was online because there was literally just JC and me. But he came back and he was doing all the risky stuff and staying in a combo. And that's when I was like, wow, like people definitely didn't have to end their combos every 5 seconds. I think that's one of the worst eras when people just thought it was okay to end their combo all the time. That kind of bled into today. That kind of still happens today, where people were like, "Oh, combo doesn't matter. Oh, I'm improving. Why do I need to combo?" It just you need to combo because it takes away like the challenge of staying in one. Like try to do what you're doing in a combo. Boom, you're having a much fucking harder time now. So if you really want to challenge yourself in this game, then yeah, don't just end your combo all the time.
Yeah. So is there like a best trends for you?
Yeah, best trend was when fucking encoded drop downs were coming out. Everybody was trying to do those. Also, a good trend, I think, right now, everybody trying to do hops, because I think that's just like super challenging, and anybody that tries to do one definitely deserves credit because it's really fucking hard to learn. Takes a lot of practice, and it's very satisfying when you do one.
Cool. We got one last one. Um, the name's THPS4. I want to know who this person is. So
Ooh, Shane just got that fucking wall plan
I think
off,
it's
man.
Freddie, but I could be wrong. All right, so it's a little bit long.
Ooh,
You ready for this, Alec?
Shane is getting the wall plans. Yeah, what'd you say?
All right. So you have talked about those players that have inspired you over the years, but when your time in the community is said and done, how do you want to be remembered, and what do you want your personal legacy in THPS to be?
I don't think I got a choice of what my legacy, like what I want it to be. I think people are always just gonna remember that. The one thing that I think that people remember about me is that I just like really fucking like this game. I don't care what anybody thinks of that really. And I'm always just encouraging people to fucking play and just chill and have a good time. And I never try to compare myself to anybody or think that I'm better than anyone. I just want everybody to be as great as they can be. Not just at this game, but at all things in life. If you're gonna fucking do something, put your heart into it and make it worthwhile, and don't half-ass shit, because that's how people die and regret dumb shit. They don't put their all into it. You ever fucking do something and just been like, if I had just done this a little bit different, it would have came out so much better. So a lot of people play this game and like lazily like throw the controller after like 20 minutes and give up. Like, okay, like you want to be ass at the things that you do. Like, why mow the lawn with like a slump in your shoulder? Like, fucking pick your head up and do that shit with enthusiasm. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
That's funny.
You
No,
know,
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, if people remember me for anything, I want them to remember that. I just want everybody to fucking have a good time when they play.
Cool. We got one
And
more.
fucking,
We got one
oh
more.
yeah.
From Bigo Biz. Favorite custom level?
Favorite custom level? Shit, man. Larxia and Satin and Bigo Biz. And there's another one. I think his name is Iron Hawk. Am I wrong? Oh, man. I don't know if it's Iron Hawk that makes the custom maps. Fuck, I can't even see right now because for some reason my custom maps aren't working. Satin made Honolulu Remix. He made the THPS Plaza. He made Streets. And then Beagle Biz made like the fucking Manhattan HD that's gonna come out. He made this fucking Crete Park and Skate Heaven, and he has some really great custom maps that he works on. And then you have fucking, who was the other person that I mentioned? Damn, my favorite fucking custom map, probably that Honolulu shit that Satin made. I can't say that fucking that Philly and Baltimore are custom maps because they're straight up proving ground maps, aren't they? So I gotta give him a lot of credit for that, but it's not really a custom map. I gotta say Satin makes the best custom maps. So
Cool.
shout out Larxia and Biz. Bigo Biz. Shout out Big.
All right. I'm going to cap her there in about 2.5 hours. It's a pretty long time. And, for the most part, I think it went
Damn, I don't
good.
give a fuck. Ask me another goddamn thing. I got a question for you, actually.
No.
Surprise,
I don't want any
surprise.
questions.
I got a question for MistaFreeze. So what made you want to get better at THPS 4?
How about this? You keep these questions, and next podcast we do together. I'll answer.
No. What made you want to get better at THPS?
I'm gonna close it because it is after 10. So I'm seriously gonna end it. But dude, I appreciate you doing it. Keep the questions. We'll do them next time. I guarantee it. Just keep them for the next. I'm gonna get you back on here. So we'll get you back on.
I'll get you with these questions later.
All right. Thanks for everyone watching and for all the questions. Appreciate it. and we'll see you guys next week.